Did you text attorney?
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell him to take him out right away.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
All right, real far. Actually, probably won't as far as some people are heading.
How are you? Roti bataille. আগর বার হয়েছে আগে রেবার দিছিল আগর বার হয়েছে যেমন ডক করতে পাইছি কিতা না নাম এই নিউ ইয়র্ক কিতা আগর বার হয়েছে বাকা কিতা বার হয়েছে
Why is he at Max? And Rana laughing. Yeah, he cannot come here.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, not think so. Cannot. We're gonna escort him out. You wanna come to visit him police safe or you wanna do it? Let him know. He cannot come here. He cannot talk to any officer, any party in the city related.
Yeah.
Come outside. You're not gonna do the council meeting. He cannot come. You need to know. He was escorted out from here.
Attorney,
Hey, there's a common sense law. There's a common sense law. If he can come, when authority can come, make a case and make a problem. No.
that's why Kriti is here.
No.
And that's what they want.
Yeah, they want the TV brought here and she laughing all the time.
How are you? How are you? I got your message Saturday.
No, you want to come? You want to go? You're the chief.
Inshallah, I'll be utmost best.
Hello?
Okay, I don't know. If you're turning when we're ready me to do.
What time?
11
Okay, I'll
I cannot come. I have experience, previous couple of managers. No, I cannot come. No way.
What's the plan?
Then what do you mean?
How do you handle it? That's
Well, let him, he gotta tell Andrew, please, there is a conflict. We understand.
right.
He cannot come to the meeting. No, no way. He cannot come to the meeting, no way. Then, Jamil Al-Tahiri will come, there is gonna be conflict. Yeah, he cannot come, and I know the law. Yeah, I'm 300%. I never, she's, the camera he brought him, he cannot be in this room. Okay? He's talking to you, with respect, and he has to be out. Then Jamil Al-Tahiri will come, they will come, there's going to be big chaos here. Yeah, there is, I know the law.
Respectfully. We have to respectfully take him out. Right.
We're not going to speak nothing.
85 is
Spokesperson is male, and you, that's it.
30 years, 30, 40 years is the
But out of respect to the Altai.
Are you DPS?
Oh,
Yeah. That was you, John? Yeah. What's the last name? DeAngelis. Oh, you're a new guy. You probably know Steve Shea.
I've heard of him, I've
You
talked
can't have to.
but I never met him.
Yeah. Because he tells me that sometimes they call him up down there. He's on director of roads.
For one company.
Yeah.
They probably don't like me.
People are. If you were, that good old DPS department, we're the ones discovered, when the mayor was, she had the water situation take was big. We're the ones who discovered that. You know, she was hooked up for water. Yeah.
We've always wanted here and there.
I remember that, I know this fellow. How do you steal water? Yes. You go up at night, you go to city hall, take the water, put the faucet, get it from it, steal water. That's the way you do it. The way you really do it is you have control accounts. You delete the accounts. That's for names.
I'm picking it. I'm really. Election of potluck.
I get it.
They beat the Dragon orders against me, keep me out, so the federal judge had to force him to our meetings. Of course, there's a court, of course.
Bill.
Here's a new guy, he's from these. See how he's like a new man? He's not the acting. Yeah.
I think the time has come.
So before we start the meeting, I just want to point out that it is improper for Max to be here today because the police chief wants to come now and there would be an issue. So for you, you are on paid administrative leave. You are not supposed to be here. That would affect the outcomes of the investigation. You are not supposed to be in the city hall. And there would be an issue because the other guys wants to come now. So how are we supposed to handle this? I think, you know, it's improper for Max to be here until the investigation is done. And I would ask the deputy police chief to escort him out, please. Because we would have an issue. Yeah. You kick the police chief out of here without giving him an opportunity to defend himself, and you want to be here while you are on paid administrative leave. That's inappropriate.
Would you like me to respond, Mayor?
No.
No. Sorry.
That's all right, I'll be kicked out.
What he said?
Lawsuit. He said lawsuit.
Record it.
Yeah.
There's the group of people here.
Yeah. Well, so, yeah, we don't want the other people who are on administrative
we
leave to
wanna
be here, and
peacefully
then there would be an
everything
issue. There's an investigation.
There's no need to comment for
Okay, that's it. Let's go start with the meeting.
Are you ready?
Can I ask you for a quick second? Can I just adjust the camera, because it's a little,
Yeah, you
is
can.
that okay if I do that real quick?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, that's better. Thank you so much.
Yeah, make sure you don't fall, then another lawsuit.
Good one. Okay, that's better, we can start. Thank you so much.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, good evening, everyone.
Do you want to start everything over again? No, just.
No, it shouldn't be on there. Well, thanks everyone for coming. I call this meeting of Hamtramck City Council to order. Today is June 10th, 2025, and it's 7:11 p.m. Would the clerk call the rolls, please?
Councilman Rafai is not present. Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Sedman,
Present.
Councilman Mahmoud,
Yes.
Councilman Al-Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
Present.
Mr. Mayor, we have a quorum.
I didn't do this last time because I know I didn't want to add drama to already what was going, but when the mayor pro tem isn't here, we're required to vote for a new mayor pro tem specifically for this meeting. I let it go last
Well,
time.
I got a text that he will be a little bit late. He's on the road coming.
That means
Okay,
we don't have it.
that's perfect, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a new agenda item. What is that?
That's an old,
That's an old thing.
that's old, yeah, I updated it.
Do we have any community announcements? No community announcements, all right. Proclamations, recognitions, and presentations. We have proclamation recognizing the 30th anniversary of the genocide in the United Nations protected area of Srebrenica. You want to read it? You go ahead. I mean,
Can I be honest with you? I'm not going to be able to pronounce and I apologize, but I don't wanna butcher them and not give the respect that's
You want me to
deserved.
read it?
Huh?
Give
If
it
you
to the
want
attorney,
to.
please.
Attorney gonna read it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor?
No, it's okay, you can read.
Okay.
I'm struggling with pronunciation of the city.
I think I can, I'll try. How do you do Srebrenica? Srebrenica? Yes. All right, try it. Recognizing the 30th anniversary of the genocide in the United Nations protected area of Srebrenica?
Yes,
Srebrenica. Sorry. All right. Whereas both the United States Senate and the United States House of Representatives passed resolutions acknowledging the genocide that the Serbian forces perpetrated in Srebrenica and all of the Bosnia from 1992 to 1995, and whereas July 11th, 2025 is commemorated as the 30th anniversary of the Srebrenica massacre, in which at least 8,372 innocent Bosnian civilians were summarily executed and 30,000 were expelled from their homes in the worst atrocity in Europe since the Holocaust. And whereas this anniversary raises awareness of the tragic suffering of the Bosnian people and honors and remembers those who died as a result of the policies of ethnic cleansing and aggression, and whereas the city of Hamtramck recognizes the importance of this event to bring closure for the Bosnian people through justice and truth. Now therefore, I, Amir Galeb, Mayor of Hamtramck, do hereby proclaim July 11th as Srebrenica Remembrance Day and proclaim the week of July 11th, 2025 as Bosnia and Herzegovina Tribute Week in Hamtramck, and call upon all citizens to work towards ending the cycle of violence and promoting peaceful coexistence among them. Signed
Thank you.
by-
Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you, Imam. Now we move to the additions and deletions. Do we have any?
Yes, Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilman Hassan, go
I'd
ahead.
like to add a resolution to investigation company, new investigation
Yeah, so
company.
it's Miller Johnson, so to, a motion to
Miller Johnson.
Johnson's
Contract.
engagement agreement.
Yeah.
I'll second.
All right, so
And then we
the,
also need to add a closed session.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I'd
Yes.
like to add another resolution for closed session.
Can we vote on that one first,
Okay.
please? Do you all in favor?
Yes.
Thank you.
so that would be G, right?
Right.
All right.
75.
Mhm. Okay, and now Hassan,
Yeah.
Councilman Hassan, if you wanna add your second one?
Yes, resolution for the closed session, city business.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
So 220.
And then please the amended agenda.
I'd like to offer the amended.
Thank you.
Second.
And all in favor of that?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Public comments, please.
Abraham Al-Jahim? Please turn on the
Honorable Mayor, Council, Acting City Manager, City Attorney, Deputy Chief and Clerk. I first want to say Eid Mubarak to everyone.
Thank you.
And there's a festival this weekend for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Keyworth Park and Memorial Park. And the first thing I want to talk about is Investigator David Adamchak. We want the police department to delete every single investigation he was part of in the city of Hamtramck. Because they're fraud, they're unfair, and he's basically a liar. And I experienced that firsthand. So whatever investigation he did from September 21st till the day he left, whether it's real estate, and he was talking about it. We're investigating real estate, we're investigating pharmacies, we're investigating smoke shops. Okay? What investigation are you doing when you're telling the people that what investigations you're doing? What investigations you're doing when you tell people you'll pay them $1,000 for every case and be a CI? What investigations, David? Adamchak. Another thing, thank you for hiring this company. Miller & Johnson is well known and well respected in the state of Michigan and this country. Now we go back to Max. When you guys went on closed session, Ahmed Sharafuddin was recording. He was right here. Someone was asking, what's going to happen in the closed session? He said, what do you expect? They're all Muslims. Okay. And then he goes to the news and says he wants to split the city. He says there's a decade of corruption. Why? Because the Muslims are the majority for a decade? Is that why you're investigating the Muslim Americans in this country? And if there's corruption in the city, why haven't you did anything since the day you started? That means Max Gabriano is part of the investigations and the corruptions in the city. And the residency for the council members should be all deleted. For the voter fraud, they should all be deleted because Max and David and the clerk was part of it. 2 days later, Max left. Our honorable clerk took a picture with him at an event that I was invited to. I didn't go. It was in Dearborn Civic Center. I don't think Max should be involved with any city official, and I want the private company to investigate every email, every text, and every phone call that goes between David and all of the department heads and that work for the city and the police officers. Same thing goes with David, and the same thing goes for the chief. We want this to be a fair investigation. Like I said, I'll say it again. Against Chief Tahiri, this is not an investigation, this is defamation. Thank you.
Thank you. Just to clarify, the session that happened last meeting, it wasn't a closed session. It was just suspension of rules. We clarified that when we came back. So there was some misunderstanding. It was just, we suspended the rules and did some discussion. The second thing is, I think Max is here to intimidate the city council and mayor, and he should not be inside the building. If he's still here, I really don't feel safe now. He should be out of the building. If he's outside in the hallway, he should not be here. Is he outside there? Yes. He should be out of the building.
That is the executive order. So we feel threat.
He's here to intimidate and cause trouble and sending threats. If he's sending threats or lawsuits, and he used to order recording of the elected officials, God knows what is he planning to do today.
We respect
He should be out of the building.
Respectfully, should be outside the building.
Not just only out of the building, out in the city, because he's not living in the city.
We should not say that, but in the building we can say, please. Everybody welcome to our city.
I know there was a conflict of power. It was obvious.
It shows
But
us.
this body is the elected body from the people that
Okay.
decides what goes on in the city,
Okay, Mr.
not
Chair.
outsiders. So we can continue with the
So,
comments.
Mr. Billmeyer?
Bill Meyer from Trowbridge. Just in regards to the lawsuit, there's a lot of unanswered questions, and I think I have more questions than anything else to say right here. First of all, okay, you sort of clarified the problem with the closed session last week, because I think our city attorney knew and set up this discussion, whatever it was, and I think he knows the law, so I can't imagine how this discussion was illegal. If it was our city attorney that allowed it to happen. So I would check that out. Also, the relationship between the city council mayor and the city manager is very complex, and I think the charter doesn't, there's a lot of things the charter doesn't cover. And I know that you have the right to, you have the power to hire a city manager. I mean, you are the ones who hire him, and the manager has control over the departments, and you can't talk to the department heads, you have to go through the city manager. But as far as putting the city manager on leave or whatever else, I think you have the power to do that. So I don't see any laws being broken here, but anyways, I want to say there's a lot of other unanswered questions. One is, when and how did this whole lawsuit become a whistleblower lawsuit? Do you know what a whistleblower is? It's usually associated with finding corruption and fraud in government, where millions are being stolen from taxpayers. In this lawsuit, whistleblowers are seeking to gain millions from Hamtramck taxpayers. It's not from big corrupt companies. This is a lawsuit against us, against people here. This is a clever game that's being used more and more by people across the country for personal gain. And it's a great example. A great example took place in our own city, right back in the Housing Commission, as a matter of fact. The director pulled off a scam with it, whistleblower thing, and you ought to look into this, and I hope the media looks into this and what happened there. Nobody put it in the media, and this is a true story where they gained a lot of money from a whistleblower illegally. My second question is my other question, another one, there's many of them, but why is the media jumping on this story only from one side? I mean, does it sound like they're taking a side already? These are allegations.
Very true.
It's unfair to people. We have to all understand these are allegations. And we don't get to hear anything from one side. The police chief hasn't had a chance to say his piece. When is his day in court? And how long will we have to wait to get him back on the job if he's found not guilty? He's a well-liked person. He's very friendly and defends himself. And he should have the right to defend himself against these allegations that are mostly against his character, not against his criminal charges. He says they're all false. So how long do we have to wait to hear him prove it? And will the media be interested when his story comes out? Can I get another minute?
Yes.
So I don't know if you saw this the press conference or so called with Max and David and lawyer Marco, but it looked an awful lot like three guys who happen to be white making 254 charges against several individuals who all happen to be non-white. I don't know how much Marco knows about the history of racism and Islamophobia in Hamtramck, but I hope he gets a chance to study it in depth, especially since he's supposedly interested in civil rights. Does he know about how long Muslims were intentionally kept out of government in the city, deprived of running for office, challenged at the voters' box? When I was the chair of the Human Relations Commission, there were no people of color in this city hall right here. And that was when they were more than half the population were people of color. So people have to really stop these accusations of candidates not living here, especially when the city doesn't have any definition of what living here means. It's a tired old attack that never worked. Please let the investigations begin, and let's move on and return to working together with people who want to work together. Thank you for your sensibility. Thank you.
Mayor, Council. The reason why I'm here today is to announce that the election season is starting. The primaries are coming up in August, and in June 20th, we're going to have a candidates forum presenting all the candidates for the city residents to find out about and voting. The candidates forum is going to be held on June 20th. That's a Friday evening, starting at 5:30, with a light dinner, actually, because a lot of people are probably just coming back from work, so they can get something to eat during the event. And the candidates will start presenting their biographies at 6 o'clock, and at 7 o'clock, there's going to be a question and answer session. Now, everyone is invited, and we encourage all the candidates to participate in this forum. So far, only 4 candidates, or actually 5 candidates, the first one joined today, have announced their participation. But most of the Bengali and Yemeni candidates running for the council have not announced that they will participate. And we strongly encourage that, because it is necessary for people to know the candidates who are running. And it's necessary to have some biographical data on those candidates so the residents can make informed decisions. And we would like all the council people and all the people listening to this to let others know that this event is coming up and everyone is invited to participate. They can ask questions to a particular candidate, and afterwards they can mingle and talk, and there's going to be actually no limit until everybody gets a chance to talk to the person that they wanted to. And the chairman of this event is Kamal Rahman, and there is 9 individuals who are part of this non-partisan committee. And the committee consists of all nationalities, different nationalities. No one is taking any sides. Everything is pretty much neutral, and I hope everyone is going to participate. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I have a question for you. There is no organization name, whose organization doing that?
No, it's an ad hoc committee that 9 individuals came together who are not affiliated with any particular organization, just so they can work the event. There is no particular organization involved.
There is the person I know is involved with another organization, couple of organizations.
Or the people might be involved in other
Was
organizations.
the committee, he's the
But-
chairman of the
but-
committee.
But the committee is a non-partisan committee that does not express any opinions, that does not support any candidates, and everyone who comes in from the candidates has the same chance to express themselves and to answer questions
So
from the public.
who picked those peoples?
Well, those people came together from already less election cycles. Some of them were part of it, and they were interested in working the event. They do not express any opinions, again, and they do not support any particular candidate. This is completely neutral, non-partisan, and everyone has the same ability to express themselves.
All right,
Okay.
thank you. And it's optional. I mean, it's not mandatory. Whoever wants to participate, nobody's forced to. So thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Imam Arif Hassan?
Your camera work there, though.
Good evening, Assalamu alaikum,
Salam.
Eid Mubarak. Honorable Mayor, other members, thank you for this proclamation for recognizing the 30th anniversary of genocide in Srebrenica. I'm a little bit familiar with the situation in this house. As I'm not familiar enough, I have nothing to say at this moment. But we have a congratulatory letter for Mayor Dr. Ghalib being nominated for the ambassador, U.S. ambassador to Kuwait. Dear Mayor, U.S. Ambassador Dr. Ghalib, on behalf of the Commonwealth Alliance, the Clergy Interfaith Organization, and the Ministry and Spirituality Center for Humanity, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to President Donald J. Trump for nominating you as the future U.S. Ambassador to Kuwait. We extend our warmest congratulations to you on accepting this esteemed nomination. This well-deserved recognition is a testament to you, to your steadfast dedication, exceptional leadership, and long-standing service to both our city and the broader community. Throughout your tenure as mayor of Hamtramck, you have exemplified a vision of progress, unity, and integrity. Your contributions have made a meaningful and lasting impact on our city, and we are confident that those same qualities will distinguish your diplomatic service abroad. While we will certainly miss your leadership at home, we take great pride in knowing that you will represent our nation on the world stage with the same passion and commitment. Please know that our thoughts and support go with you as you embark on this important new chapter. With sincere admiration and best wishes to success in your new role. Your brother in Islam, Imam Arif Hassan, founder and president of Commonwealth Alliance and Ministry Spirituality Center for Humanity.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I would say, if confirmed, we're still waiting for the confirmation, and there are some people who try to disqualify me.
God is there, so if God qualify, no one can disqualify.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you all, and thank you, Attorney, for reading this proclamation to us.
Mercouri?
Once again, the eyes of the world are upon Hamtramck.
Pause this time.
I'm starting
Sorry.
over.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Once again, the eyes of the world are on Hamtramck. I just want to mention, today we discussed this genocide of Srebrenica. It's ironic because people are comparing Srebrenica to what's going on in Gaza now. Because here we have a government and a UN and all these world organizations are basically, and the situation happened in Srebrenica is that UN actually conspired. They were actually partying with these Serbians before they killed them. They trust these guys. That's happening there. Everybody's trusting Israel. Everybody trusts Israel. That's a real problem. We trust their investigations when we say there's war crimes. They don't find any war crimes. Well, thank you. Thanks for telling us. Okay, that's how it works. That's how it works. It goes back to war crimes, it's genocide. A.O. Albert said there's war crimes. Two Jewish scholars, one at Hebrew University, one from Brown University, has said there's genocide. Okay, respected Holocaust scholars, there's genocide in Gaza. America and the State Department have done nothing. Have done nothing but continue to give arms so they can kill more people. Okay, that is something that needs to end. We had a resolution that made news around the world. We need to have another resolution. We need to come and pound the table. And I'm sure when he's confirmed, all these Jewish groups are going to say, hey, what about this BDS resolution? They're going to try to get him because he supported BDS. They've already brought him to the State Department during his training sessions. So it's happening. So we need to go there, but we need to tell Trump we want the war in Gaza to end once and for all. It's not even a war. It's killing civilians. It's starving civilians. It's finding ways to kill people in new ways you've never heard of, okay? And it's being suppressed. The news where I'm here, I actually got communications from people in Gaza thanking me for putting their stories up and disseminating them about what's happening. People have been shot at by the Israeli Defense Forces. This is what's happening on a daily basis in Gaza. The State Department needs to stop it now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Abdul Al-Shahiri? Abdul?
Follow.
You got it. Thanks.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام.
أينا يعني جئت الآن إلى مجلسكم الموقر نجدد الشكوى معي الثنتين العريس الذي حكمتم تصليحا لم صلحوهن ولم يعملوا لي شيء. جاءوا ضربوا شوية تراب كلهن ذرة. إذا وقع الشمس أفتح له الرياح تجي وهفتنا داخل البيت. ما أعرف كيف. أمس قبل البارحة يعني بدوا لي 5 واحد على الباب إنه السيفتي معي هذا السيفتي حق الباب معي سيفتي قالوا صلح لها قزاز ضروري. حضرت أمس لها قالوا ضروري يعمل لها قزاز. قلت هذا سيفتي أمي. قالوا ضروري يعمل له يعني قزاز أو يعني بلاستيك. قلت له مش مشكلة يعني بس إنه أقلع ذاك وأدور واحد على ما قالوا. وقالوا اضرب يعني على البنس يعني ضروري يضرب له بينك ضربته بن. يعني هذا احنا زيدنا فخرا علشان يعني احيانا ما نعرف نسوي شيء نريد المدينة حقنا تطلع صح. هذا يعني 100% صلحتوها. معي كابش واحد لي من الحين اخذته البيت حوالي 16 سنة وكل ما يطالب واحد بالثاني يقول لك ادفع $75 او 85 دولار. طيب انا معي واحد معي دورين وندفع يعني حق ذي قال بالدورين. سواء ما او شيء عندي وعندي البروف هذا. نرجو عدالتكم الموقرة ولكم مزيد الشكر والاحترام. شكرا جزيلا.
Thank you. So he's complaining about some violations that he's getting regarding his lot next to his house and the front of his house and not being able to get a second garbage can despite that he has 2 floors. So who would be able to address his concern? should John please تكلم مع جان هو يحاول يساعدك اوكي تشرح له وهو يحاول يساعدك جان هذا
Mr. Chair, can I add something to it? John, 1 second. By the way, he came last, 2 months ago, regarding his lot that the company put their tools and their equipment, and they messed up his lot. So he came here and complained. We directed the city manager, who was Max, with John, to take care of it, tell the company either they put grass back the way it used to be, and it seems like they only put dirt. So we're requesting that whoever the company used, fixed Goodson and put all their machine work equipment on that lot to either put grass back on the way it used to be, or the city needs to take care of it.
Yeah, that's what's set with Hennessy. It may not be in full completion yet, but when they did that, I don't know if they're waiting for a particular month or when they're out of there. But we did have the discussion with Charles with Hennessy, and they are aware of it.
I think just what he's saying is follow up with them.
Yeah.
Make sure they do it.
No,
I'm
no,
totally aware of the situation. We still have to put in the 10 by 20 foot structure or junction chamber that's at the intersection of Lumpkin and Goodson, which means more of that area is gonna get disturbed. So I have a feeling that's why the contractor has not restored that area yet. So I will make sure myself personally. that
All right.
it's-
thank you
And then, keep him updated too, so he knows.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Chair.
That's all for public comment, Mr. Mayor.
thank you move next to the consent agenda. And this is approved with a single motion with no discussion. We have approval of minutes from the April 8, 2025 regular city council meeting. B, approval of invoice register dated in June 10, 2025. C, approval of pre-approved expenditure dated in June 10, 2025. D, resolution 2025-68, approving appointment to boards and commissions.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And the appointees will take care of the process later on. Thank you. All right, so we move to the new business, and we have the first one, Resolution 2025-69, approving Michigan Department of Treasury Form L 4029.
Motion. Second.
Mayor, this is the form that needs to be approved. This is part of the form that we put up in the last public hearing in the ordinance. At that stage, we had not received the final approval from the county, and there's no change in the form that was put up for hearing. Now that we have received the approval, we require the council to approve this, and then we'll have the signed form from the mayor, so that we can then adjust the summer taxes accordingly.
Okay. Any questions, any discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilman.
so this form, it will affect anything from the residence tax or anything?
This is the same form that was a part of the ordinance hearing. There's no change in that form. This is just the approval that county gave for the taxes and for the villages.
Okay.
So it's a modified version.
It's not, it's the same version.
This
It's
is
just
routine
that-
every year.
It's
we do
just
the
that,
same.
Every year we have to approve
yeah,
it.
we have to approve this. This gives the final millage approval from the county for the city.
So no modification, just same.
The millers, it was informed there or nothing is here? It's the same mill as what we have?
Yeah,
It's
right.
not increasing anything?
It is the same millage.
I got it.
as
Just want to
was in
confirm
the
with that.
hearing.
Yeah, thank
was
you.
in the hearing.
All right, you can vote, please.
Councilman Hassan?
Yes,
Councilman
ma'am.
Al-Samiri?
Yes.
Councilman Mahmoud?
Yes.
Councilman Sedman?
Yes.
Councilman Musa?
Yes.
Councilman Rafai?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, Resolution 2025-69 approved.
Thank you. Next one is Resolution 2025-70, approving increased contract amount for the 2024-2026 utility pavement repair program.
Motion. Second.
So, Mr. Mayor, this is resolution. We have Tiffany and John here to explain these. The next four resolution are related to the various projects that we have. So this first one is basically the utility pavement program that we have, which we approved previously for 3 years. And right now, we're just looking at enhancing the amount in that program. The bid has already been, awarded, the work has already started since 2024. The increase is based on the same rates that we have from the contractor. We're just increasing the overall, contract amount for this particular project. And the project itself is part of the water and sewer fund.
So can you explain, because the question that everyone has, why is the increase after we made the bid?
More
for a certain
repairs.
amount?
It's based on the water main breaks, which we don't know the number. So the more infrastructure we have that fails, we tear up the street, we tear up the sidewalks, tear up the roads, we have to go back and fix it. And we actually spent 200 and some thousand the first year alone.
So so the original budget for the 3 years was $417,559.52. In 2024, the total expenditure was $280,000. So what we're using is that as the baseline now for, obviously, last year, this coming year, because there's like about roughly 139,000, I think, or something like that, in the balance. And then we need to also have funds for next year. So if we use the baseline of last year at 280, if they don't, obviously they're only gonna get paid for work that's performed. So if work is under 280,000, it's not
It's
gonna
all
make
based
sense.
on, it's all based on piecework, so.
But we don't know how much water.
So this is just for the water main and what else?
Water main, curb boxes, anything that fails that we have to go out to on an emergency service, dig up a road, dig up a sidewalk, street, we have to go back and we have to put that concrete back. So this is not even something we decide to do, these are things we have to do as a result of a fail.
So last year was, I heard, the lowest year when it comes to water main. We didn't have many breaks like we used to in the past, so. Now, if we go back to the bid, to the original bid, and this was the lowest one, now we're increasing it by double. So how's that?
We had a lot more valve replacement, so when we have to shut off to do repairs and we don't have working valves, a lot of our city, unfortunately, most of the valves don't work. We don't find out until we need to use them. So then what we're forced to do is dig up the road to fix them at that time. So it's nothing, like I said, we're trying to add to put, this is all as reactive.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Councilman.
Okay, so this is kinds of is coming to be a trust issue. Predicting how exactly I predict the double amount. And I'm the one monitored the water break, this city, last 16 years. Most of the time I call the city manager or police department. I didn't see last year that much. So always we do the amendment of the budget. If we know need is happen, we'll use it, then we'll amend the budget. We're doing that, we've been doing that. We don't have to free approve that much money for the somebody. I kind of disagree with that. If it is break down, you have to do it, expand it, and we have a CFO, he will adjust it, the budget, and this is kinds of thing, how I know the question is gonna be cost $840,000. It could be, is the approximate of the dollar amount, what base? How is the criteria? What's happened? Previous experience lower than before. Now we are thinking it's gonna be more than last year. So again, it's not that necessary to approve this one. That's why I feel I'm gonna leave it alone, my idea. It's up to other councilmen. And if we have a breakdown, we have a carp is coming, and fix it and use it, rate is same, and it's just the budget. Anyway, thank you.
So can I add to this?
Go ahead.
This is a 3-year program that we had the approval for. We appointed a contractor to carry out this activity. Now, based on the way we work, is that we take out a purchase order based on the overall, contract price. And then as the amounts get used up, that purchase order amount gets reduced until it goes to zero. Now, if that amount goes to zero, we will not have the authority to carry out any emergency repairs. That is the reason why we are asking for an increase in the overall contract price. That doesn't mean that we are going to spend this money. It's just so that if there are any emergency situations, we can carry out those repairs. Your point on the budget is correct, that, if there are changes to it, we will make the amendment to the budget, but that's a separate process. This is basically an approval
Or purchase order.
to carry out this activity in an emergency. And all of these activities under this program are emergency repairs. It is a reactive program, it is not a proactive program. So we got an approval, as Tiffany said, for this particular program for around $400,000 for 3 years. What we saw was that in the first year, we ended up using $280,000. So now what we did was, we used that as a benchmark to add around $280,000 for the next 2 years each year, to make it up to $840,000. That doesn't mean that we are going to spend that money, it just gives us flexibility to address issues in an emergency.
Mr. Chair,
I think it sounds reasonable, but how is that fair to the other companies that made the
Because-
bid and then ended up being kicked out? Maybe their plan wasn't gonna be like this
No,
for the future.
because the rate, we are
Still
not
same.
changing the rate. He was the lowest rate, and he will continue at that lowest rate.
Yeah, the
The
contractor,
other companies had higher rates, so that rate will remain the same. It's just that the work increases, and because the work increases, you end up increasing the amount of the contract.
these
Mr.
little
Chair,
barrels you see everywhere, the close-offs, the barrels, the pieces of sidewalk missing, little pieces of street missing, that's the utility program.
Mr.
That
Chair,
means we did the repair, we
Yes,
gotta go back and put it
I
back.
have just one point. See, that kinds of explanation we need.
Yes.
Okay, purchase order, you have to be, yep, I understand that one, everything, but the one question to you as a CFO. This amount gonna impact your budget too much or little bit?
Water main,
No,
the water
this is the.
source.
I know, it's the still, I don't wanna
Right.
use all the money from that fund.
Right, so this, we do budget for utility repair programs in the budget. So it's not going to impact the budget too much
Okay,
in the water and sewer fund.
Mr. Chair, I am okay with that.
So basically, this is a set aside money, sitting,
It's, yeah. it's a
Set aside approval.
Approval.
just the
Yeah.
approval.
So
There's
if by
nothing-
2026, if we still have money remaining, it will come back to
Oh,
us?
of course.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't get.
It doesn't even actually get spent.
It
We just
doesn't
don't
get
use it.
spent. So money is always there in the budget and
Okay.
in the fund.
Somebody
Cases
watching
like
there,
this.
John, be
Okay.
careful, don't expend all
Yeah,
the money.
go ahead, yeah, Councilman
Well, I
Rafai.
got a question to Mr. Mayor. So I know we're giving them 3 years contract, correct? With the same rate. But as you know, things are getting expensive.
Right.
So you tell me in 2026,
They work at the same rate.
they're not gonna want more money?
No, we're under contract for
So
3
We are in the
years.
we
contract.
put it out to bid with unit price, like, we try to figure out an average quantity for
Okay.
concrete repair, HMA repair, the stone-based aggregate, and we put all those line items in there with this unit quantity, so they can, so every contractor is bidding on a price per that unit quantity.
And it doesn't change the
So
next
that
year?
doesn't change,
Because
no.
it's a 3-year contract, so the time period remains the same. If we were extending the time period, that would have, maybe the contractor might want more money, on a unit rate basis. But since we're not increasing the time period, we're just increasing the quantity of repair. And again, that is based on an estimate.
Yeah.
It may or may not happen, and, we might come in on much under this amount.
And there's nothing on that contract states that, hey, if things it gets expensive and then I have to raise.
not for the 3 years.
I'm gonna, okay. I just wanna clarify that
I
we,
can't do too high of a quantity, cause I can only reduce a contract by 25% of the contract amount.
Okay.
So I have to keep that quantity realistic, and it's one of those where it's really hard to sit there and try and figure out how much we're gonna, have, cause we're hoping we don't have many water main breaks, or, and other utility repairs.
Yeah, other repairs,
So,
like
I-
well repairs and things like that.
Excuse me.
My only other option would be to
Yes, ma'am.
increase the quantities a lot, and then that's where at the end of the contract, if it's reduced by 25%, that's where we have an issue with how the contracts are written.
I just wanna make sure, because as we know, the tariff is getting high.
They
Trump is
have-
charging a lot of taxes, so I don't want them to come back and say, hey, listen, things are getting expensive, we have to, charge you guys more. And
Luckily,
that's,
most of the stuff that we use in these is all local, so.
alright, that'll be all, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Now,
Councilman
when they have the increase, where they can collect the increase from where?
No, they
They
would just, based on the amount of work they do, they submit their invoices to Hennessy for review, and Hennessy ensures that, this is the amount of work that they have done, and based on the work that they have done, the rates are already there, and based on those rates, you multiply the amount with the rate, and you get an amount.
It's not gonna be increased for the bills. It's not gonna be increased from the bills, sewer or taxes,
No, it's sewer, water and sewer system.
water system, but it's not increasing the.
No, they're just gonna put it there, use whatever they need, whatever left will come back to us. So just, yeah. All right, I think we can vote.
Councilman Mahmoud,
Yes.
Councilman Sedman,
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri. You want me to come back to you?
Let him think.
You wanna think about it?
Yes.
Okay. Councilman Hassan,
Yes.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Rafai,
Yes.
drum roll.
He's saying yes.
Councilman
Man.
Al Samiri,
Yes.
thank you. Mr. Mayor, resolution 2025-70 approved.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, the next resolution
Ms.
is
Clerk,
basically a
can
companion
you turn on
resolution,
the air condition?
for this previous.
Yeah, approving the increase of construction services fee for the 2024-2026 utility pavement repair program, so it's related to the first one.
Motion?
Second. All right, yeah, go ahead,
Sorry, so that one is basically, supervision, for the Hennessy. So because we are increasing the first amount, so the second amount, needs to be increased a little bit.
Thank you. All right, you wanna add anything? All right, maybe we can go ahead and vote.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri,
Oh.
Sorry.
No.
but,
no?
uh,
Final answer?
If we agree on the first one, this is just,
This is this is the supervision fee.
yeah, this is just related to it.
No, but what is the reason 35 to there? Okay, go ahead, vote.
Don't bully him out of it.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
it's
is
still-
there, do you want more
Do you want to say
explanation?
no?
No.
It's up to you. What do you want?
No.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
Councilman Hassan,
No,
Councilman Mahmoud,
Yes.
Councilman Sedman,
Yes.
Councilman Rafai.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, resolution 2025-71 still approved.
Did you call Abu Musa?
Yes.
Or
Who's
she
the
said-
first one?
Okay.
The first one, yeah.
I thought you forgot about him, all right. Thank you. All right, the next one is resolution 2025-72, approving award of the 2025 state earmark alley replacement project.
Motion? Second.
So, Mr. Mayor, this is, the grant that we received, 1.5 million. So based on that, this is the first, contract, to repair about 9 alleys, which was presented earlier to the council. So this is, that particular contract.
Yep, so we put this out to bid, open bids on Tuesday, May 22nd. We had 6 bids, with Mark Anthony Contracting coming in at the lowest bid at $972,702. So this will be coming out of 100% from the 1.5 million state earmark grant. The 9 alleys, do you want me to read those through?
Yes, please, go
Please,
ahead.
for the public to know.
So alley 1 is west of Joseph Campo between Andrus and Grayling. the alley east of Joseph Campo between Roosevelt and Jacob, the alley south of Jacob between Joseph Campo and Gallagher, the alley north of Goodson between Joseph Campo and Gallagher to the dead end Keyword Stadium, the alley east of Conant between Dorothy and Miller, the alley north of Miller between Conant and the city limit, alley east of Conant between Oliver and Vincent, the alley west of Conant between Jacob and Hanley, alley west of Conant between Hanley and Lane.
All right, thank you. Those are picked by the subcommittee, right?
Yeah.
All right. Any more discussion?
No, Mr. Chair.
Vote, please.
Councilman, Councilman Rafai, I was about to say Samir.
Yes.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Sedman,
Yes.
Councilman Mahmoud.
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri.
Yes.
He's gonna say yes.
Mr. Mayor, resolution 2025-72 approved.
All right, thank you. Next one, resolution 2025-73, approving the 2025 state earmark alley replacement project construction services proposal.
Motion?
Second.
So, Mr. Mayor, this is the sister companion resolution for the previous one, for NSE to supervise the project and services for that particular grant.
All right. 87,000. All right.
It's not gonna be increased next year, right?
This has nothing to do with
Okay.
that.
It has to be done this year,
Okay.
right? All the alleys.
Done this year.
Okay.
And this is from the grant, by the way.
Yeah. It's still, I mean,
Still we have to watch the money.
all
It's
right.
not about- it's in about the budget.
Okay.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Ready?
Go ahead and vote, please.
Councilman Hassan.
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri.
Yes.
Councilman Mahmoud.
Yes.
Councilman Sedman.
Yes.
Councilman Musa.
Yes.
Councilman Rafai.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, resolution 2025-73 approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next one is resolution 2025-74, approving changing the authorized signatory for all disbursements requests through the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy.
Motion? Second.
Mr. Mayor, this is a resolution that we need to give the approval for the CFO to sign all the disbursement requests and all the documents from the city manager to, previous city manager to myself.
Okay. All right.
We need to adjustment here, Mr. Mayor. Not previous city manager.
Well, sorry.
Yes.
City manager to.
Acting city.
Acting city manager.
Yeah. Yep, that was needed and it's time sensitive, so we had to do it today.
Ready?
Yeah.
Councilman Rafai.
Yes.
Councilman Sedman.
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri.
Yes.
Councilman Musa.
Yes.
Councilman Mahmoud.
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, resolution 2025-74 approved.
Thank you. Last one is resolution 2025-75, adding the Johnson and Miller agreement to carry out the investigation in the local investigation in the city hall, right?
Offer.
Second. Second.
Yeah, so basically, Miller Johnson, they're a very reputable firm. The mayor and I reviewed numerous firms, not just this one. And these were the most professional and best. And also, very importantly, there are no conflicts with regards to this firm. There are nobody, we made sure that they checked and made sure that they don't have any relations or any dealings in their past with Max Garbarino, David Amchek, or the chief. And on top of that, we've instructed them that they need to investigate Max Garbarino, David Amchek, and the chief, and to see what's going on and to unravel this mystery of what's happening here that everybody's trying to find out. And they're empowered to do that in an unbiased fashion. We're basically giving them the full reins to do what they need to do, and they're gonna investigate it thoroughly and then report back. And so I ask that you approve, it's already been approved up to $10,000 basically, which is what the city manager has the authority to do. So basically today we're asking that you approve them in full, for them to do what they have to do to help us here.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilman.
previous council meeting, we gave you and the attorney to look for all those things, and you guys did very good job. We have full trust on you guys, and I'm supporting that. It's getting improved.
Thank you. So, I mean, those people, we didn't know them personally, we don't know them, but we did our research. We asked places in Hamtramck that had an experience with investigation, such as public schools and other places. This wasn't involved, but we got multiple names, and then we did our research, and we met with them, and those people seems reliable. So I think the pay will be hourly, right, based on the agreement, but 10,000 will be placed up front, and then they will receive the allegations from, against each person, and then they will do their investigation, and then we'll wait for the outcomes, and based on that, we will take actions.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. So I just have a question. I know you're asking for approval for this amount, for this investigation. Do you have any story about the previous investigation where these funds came from, since we don't get any, like?
No, that's still a mystery, and
Oh, so you're talking about the residency? I've been looking into that. I'll let you know. Basically, they haven't billed us yet, so I'm trying to find out where that is. I am working on that.
All right.
yeah, they were so generous to do everything without pay.
The money.
All right, so regarding the local investigation, I don't know how he was getting paid, but that's another thing to investigate. So if no further discussion, we can go ahead and vote.
Mr.
Yes.
Chair, only
Yes.
one point. My previous practice, 16 years, I saw anything go over $10,000, city manager have to come to the council to get the approval. And did a good practice today, I see that, and it was the previous practice too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we can go ahead and vote, please.
Councilman Hassan,
Yes.
Councilman Mahmoud,
Yes.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Rafai,
Yes.
Councilman Sitman,
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, resolution 2025-75 approved.
Thank you. All right, with that, we come to the end, and
H, another one.
another one more?
No,
Yeah.
H is the
Closed
closed
session, that's why
Yeah,
still.
yeah, that's
So that
later.
comes after.
Yeah, it will come later. So, reports, I don't have anything to say, but I will add to this last resolution that I think it's the decision of this council to investigate something. This is not an administrative thing to be taken without our knowledge when we investigate something, especially investigating elected officials. You are the most powerful body here to make decisions. So for someone that you hire to investigate you, I don't think that's reasonable. That's not logical at all. So that's an issue with that will be included in the investigation. Another thing is the people of Hamtramck are the decision makers. I mentioned earlier that there is a power conflict here. That some people who are hired to the city wants to be in control of everything. And their philosophy is either I control you or I will sue you. That's not how things work in here. You are the owners here in this city. You are the voters. You are the taxpayers. Therefore, you are the decision makers, not the outsiders. And for us, we can't function under threats. Every time there's something, they threaten you with doing something. That's not how things work out. Now the trust is lost. There is a lack of trust with those people, with some people who are, under investigation. And I don't think we can function in the future anymore with those people. Not all of them, but with those who showed their retaliatory actions as soon as they left. And I think, for me personally, I think, like I said earlier, my integrity is my strongest weapon of defense. And I can challenge the whole world with. I'm not worried about anything. As long as there's justice and transparency. For some people now to send threats, that we will do this, we'll do that, to the point where they will threaten me with my affecting my confirmation at the Senate. I said it earlier, if fighting corruption and standing for justice will cause them to reject me, that's an honor. I'm not doing anything wrong here. I'm calling for fair and transparent investigation. And for outsiders to come and keep, absorbing our resources in this city, that's unacceptable, especially with those with criminal backgrounds. When you look at their backgrounds, lawsuit in 2003, lawsuits against the public schools, lawsuits against, I don't know who brought them and how, that's what corruption is actually. Max left in 2015. If you watch the videos, he kept saying, oh, I didn't do nothing. I don't know what they're talking about. The videos are on YouTube with the media. And then it turned out to be a huge scandal. So that tells you about, the current situation, how is it going to go? And then he was brought back in 2019. Who was the mayor during that time and the council? I don't know. It wasn't me. So where's the corruption? You were separated and you signed an agreement to waive your right to be rehired to Hamtramck. So you know that you have no right to accept, even if somebody invited you. Then you came back in 2019. Who brought you back and for what? Because the media now is talking about corruption. That's what corruption is. When you commit a crime, then you are brought back to the city to continue working. When there is someone who abused over time and you are protecting him and embed and stop investigation against him. Investigation was ordered against Adam Chek in the morning, then afternoon it was switched to be against the police chief. Why? Isn't that a retaliation? Why didn't you allow the investigation to continue against this police officer? You shift the attention to the police chief. So we talked about this before, but when the media after last meeting keeps talking about corruption, show us what corruption are you talking about? And let me give you an example what corruption could look like. Because now a lot of people, including some previous elected officials, keep talking about corruption. In 2022, I removed 3 commissioners from the Housing Commission in March. And they responded to my emails and they acknowledged receiving the emails. Which means that's it, you are removed, I'm replacing you with 3 others, and I announced the names. Right after that, they called for emergency meeting, a special meeting. They did not wait 1 month for the next meeting. They called for a special meeting in April, and they took, some dangerous decisions, changing contracts of the housing director, and changing the succession plan of him, and changing a lot of stuff by voting while they are already terminated. That tells you about the work ethics of those people. That's how they used to run things. And they think we do that. If somebody here will do this, I would be the first one against him. But that's what corruption is. And that's what bad work ethics is. You take decisions to change things secretly behind closed doors. And you are already terminated, and you know that, and you acknowledge that. That's what corruption is. Now, you wouldn't see this in the media because we try to work things peacefully. We don't want to cause problems and accuse anybody of this or that. But now that we are being accused of corruption, and all you read is he said, she said, he said, she said. There's no solid evidence. And we have responses that will backfire on that person who keeps making up these fabricated stories against us. So this is something just to respond to this accusation of corruption that they accuse. Show me some evidence like what I just give you, criminal activities of running things. And so there are some issues with selective enforcement of laws and regulations in the city that we will talk about. There are some issues with protecting corrupted people in the city. And that's as a result of conflict of interest, previous relationships that are suspicious, micromanagement of some departments, including the police department. That's not allowed. Mismanagement of stuff, overstepping authority and power to investigate your boss. Who give you the right to do that? This body decides who gets investigated here or not. And so there are a lot of stuff that we will talk about in the future, but I just wanted to address what corruption can look like that we are talking about. And if, like I said, this philosophy of either I control you or I'll sue you is not going to be effective anymore here. And the vetting process of hiring people will change, because when you bring someone back and you know that he has a criminal history, and you know that they come back to just get our resources, whistleblower thing. They have done it multiple times in the past, and that tells you why would a person comes back and start recording his boss from day one. Why? Why would you keep recording people? So you can catch something to start the whistleblower initiative that you are used to. Easy money. That's what they do, just to look for your resources. This is going to change. No person with criminal background will be hired again. I mean, this is not my job. I'm not the city manager to do the vetting process. And I'm not supposed to get involved in that, but we will supervise from now on. This is not going to happen again. Because that's where the issue is coming from. People who have, bad history with the city are coming back to initiate problems of corruption again. And they are protected by their boss. So with that, nobody's allowed to be in the city hall while they are on administrative leave, because there is an investigation going on. And for you to be here, that means you will cause bias to the investigation. You will affect the process of investigation. You are not supposed to be here. Because we are trying to make sure that there is no internal factors that affect the outcomes of the investigation. And so if a person is under investigation, you are not supposed to be in contact with the city hall employees while the investigation is going on. That's the reason why we didn't let Max be here today. And so that's what I wanted to clarify. We have a lot to talk about, but let the investigation continue, and then, like I said, whoever is guilty would face consequences. I'm not now defending anyone. Everyone is subject to face consequences if they are guilty. And we will wait for the outcomes and see. That would be my report for today, and we will move to the Mayor Pro Tem report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to thank everybody for coming here tonight, and I also want to special thanks to the mayor and our city attorney to take their time to actually look for the right firm to investigate. And I bet that took time and effort of both of them here, so I want to thank both of you guys for doing that. You guys have a good night and take care.
Thank you. City Council, anyone?
Mr. Chair,
Councilman Hassan, go ahead.
with respect and honor, you are the ambassador. No matter what you going with or not, whole world knows Dr. Amir Ghalib is the ambassador to the Kuwait. Anybody want to try to prevent you to go there? Still you are the ambassador. From the residents, from the community, from the world. That is the real honor.
Thank you.
Second, last council meeting, one of the public comment was the budget. They don't know how to balance the budget. I'm the expert of the budget balancing 16 years. And I'm the one send the letter to the Michigan State Finance to come look at our finance. So if I have to balance the budget, I don't need the CFO. I don't need the city manager. It's the city manager and CFO job together how they're gonna bring the budget, balance the budget, run the city, improve the city, save the city from bankruptcy, all those things. It was the previous practice from 2009, I saw that. From the 2009, 2010, 2013, budget session, one department, 4 hours. Department head come, explain to us, this is my things, I need little more money from you guys to adjust my this area, and we request him or her, can you please give us 50,000 back, that's why we can have same something adjust. That kinds of conversation is the budget session, not the 1 hour before council meeting come budget session. It was previous practice like that, even though including Judge Farouk department too. Respect, because of this elected body is the government of the Hamtramck city. All the power holding residents. From the residents we get the power to hire city manager, oversee the city, how the managing, all those things. The complaint came about, it was the news conference. Only the news conference thing, little I will address. We want to fire HR lady and bringing the ethnic issue. It was not. One of the employee have a written complaint is in here, my email. Say I've been discriminated, they fire me. I want you guys to look at that issue. I ignore it. Second time, you're not gonna listen to your residents. Then I escalate to my city manager. Can you please look into this issue? And she sent me all other documents still here. I'm going, if investigator want, I can give. I forward to him. One day he was in the conversation. Can you please, we have a lot of complaint coming like this. Can you please give us some information, not directing you, to ourselves clarify we are okay. So that kinds of conversation we had. We never had the conversation to fire somebody. There is the department head, former city manager. When department head, the employee under department head not listening to him, manager give department head warning, this is your job. If your employee not listening to you or not doing, you have to give them notice, not me. I'm going to give you notice because you're not doing your job, not giving them notice. That case, news conference said, somebody we want to fire for one particular issue, what was not satisfied by our ordinance. So I'm not going to go more than that. It is not truth. We are requesting to the media, please, waiting for investigation done, then you guys gonna know what is real history of this Hamtramck city. And also the corruption, you already explained that. I'm not gonna go the corruption. The Max Gabrino came here that time. I ran for mayor. I was not here 2 years. It was contract. Previous elected bodies, they brought Max Gabrino. He's our good friend. We trust him. We have respect. We do still have the respect. He is our city manager. He's still city manager. That respect, trust, that previous elected body brought him as a contract. We are the one make him permanent. We are the one give him pension back. We can say, we hire you from today, your pension start from today. That's why I want to say media, we are a good people. We give him his pension back. And that kinds of people we thought it was necessary or it was good thing to give him. We give him pension. Even we said no, we don't have to. So all those things, respect. I respect my city manager. I respect Dave. I respect our police chief. Only the matter of fact, fair investigation done, and if nothing wrong, they're all coming back. And that's why I have to be a respect. So that respect, I think city manager should not come today here, because it is 3 times I saw the city manager was removed or suspended or terminated, and nobody came back to the city council meeting. It is kinds of respect. We respect my city manager, and respectfully, please don't take anything personal, because we don't want a couple of other problems. Is some other people calling, they're going to come with the police chief and making some problem. We don't want any problem. We want a fair and respectful investigation done. Then we'll take care. What we need to take care depends on investigation. Thank you.
Thank you. And just to add to your point, he was hired, we hired him against multiple Muslim candidates.
Yes.
And he's saying now there was discrimination against him. How's that possible? I mean, he was chosen out of multiple Muslim candidates. And I don't know how is he talking now about discrimination and stuff.
Another, Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, I missed one point. We had the assistant city manager. We was budgeted for that, and we hired one time because of our city manager and assistant manager conflict. We go the city manager side to give the fair opportunity city manager to run Hamtramck city without any stress or headache or other prevention. That's why we let a previous assistant manager to go. So she was the Muslim too. So there is not the thing is Muslim, non-Muslim. This is the Hamtramck city. We are all human, and we are taking care of the business of Hamtramck. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other reports?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, go ahead, Councilman.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, my council, acting city manager, attorneys, acting police chiefs, my residents, and the people who came here today and listened to us. Mr. Mayor, you explained all those things. I don't want to go back again and again. But I let you one thing. I really appreciated Mr. Mayor and city attorneys working really hard, get all the resources and get on the top-notch investigation company. I hope they find the right things, and somewhere the mistake happened, and we can correct ourselves. And whoever the guilty person, he get the punishment. And this is the way we make the exemplary punishment. So in future, nobody can see he's above the law or under the law. Nobody is above the law. Thank you very much, and all those people from Hamtramck, United States and all over the world, Eid Mubarak. We just passed our Eid al-Adha last Friday. I hope everybody enjoyed.
Thank you. All right.
No meet, no invite. Thank you, Mr. Musa.
All right.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilman.
I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. At this point, I think the whole city is waiting on our investigation report. I think we should have a report soon, and everyone should have a justice as soon as possible. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. All right. I think that's the end of the reports. We move back to the second round of public comments, please.
Thank you. I'm going to start off with an email that I forgot to read at the first public comment. This is from Charles Blackwell. Good evening. In light of the credible allegations of wrongdoing against Mayor Galib, he does not deserve to be an ambassador. That's it for that one.
Who said that?
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Mark Corey.
Thanks again. One thing that I've got here, Miller Kaminsky's out in the western part of the state. That's it. They've been out there since at least the 1950s, I'm aware of. Sitting around a long time. But what I want to mention is that who's going to defend the city? It's probably going to go to federal court in this action. That's what I'm wondering, because when I was suing the city, they spent $350,000 with 3 different law firms and had at least 10 attorneys go against me, okay? And Roger Webb, so it's like 2 against 10. $300,000. 37 people were deposed, okay? And I know this whole situation, how Max, how we you know, he went through a deposition, Andy Molesky went through a deposition, you went through a deposition, Mr. Hassan, and we got loads of documents from the city. I mean, thousands of pages of documents. This cost the city a total of $350,000. And they eventually resolved 2 cases anyway. There was some other cases I filed against the Cobra unit people and some other stuff. And I tried telling people, and all I got was, we're gonna seek sanctions against you. Rule 11. We're gonna go after your bar license. We're gonna go after you, what we're doing. Well, all the people that did that are gone. Everybody. I can remember we used to have Travis Malek sit over there. He just sit around here, he used to go out to dinner with you know, city manager, and I remember Max. Point was, don't be a situation where you're spending huge amounts of money, because that's what people are looking, that's what he said. How come all this money's being spent? Where's it going? 10 attorneys, you know, and I looked at that, and I says, there's another case out there, it's not the only case. I went to Bob Zolik at the council, I said, you know what? I'm gonna show you a list of everything after the court here. There are 12 cases involving your city. He said, I didn't even know about most of these. I said, you're at city council, nobody told you about these? That's the city manager's duty. Why wasn't this done? So all these things, we saw so much dysfunction, so much lack of communication between departments and city council. It was amazing, okay? That's why we need to look at this very carefully. Can I have more time, another minute? Thank you very much. I never asked that before, but I'm asking now.
Yep.
Because I want to say more things. During our investigations, we had covered so much. For instance, I had a 2012 case involving Mohammed Hassan when he had his problem with his roof. We had a sentencing agreement, okay, on the record with Judge Peruk. Alexis Kraut was the prosecutor. It was, I got the whole transcript. I got transcripts of everybody here. I mean, I got transcripts of the former mayor, Tom Jankowski, all his testimony. You know, all these people, I've got a huge, I've still kept this, I figured it's worth something now, all this information. But the point I'm trying to make is that don't do this again. Make sure you're very, very careful and watch the attorney fees. That's what Bob Zolik says. Bob Zolik says, we did a grand jury here. Kathy Gordon said the same thing, we need to clean up the city. So, an eye toward clean up the city. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, from previous experience, can I answer that question? Yes, Mr. Attorney, our city attorney, our advisor, we will talk to our city attorney. After that, if we need any help, he is going to follow up accordingly.
Thank you.
Mr. Bill Meyer?
All right.
2 minutes.
Thank you. I really love Hamtramck, and I actually live here. And I've been here for over like 25 years and attended more council meetings than anybody in this room, for sure.
That's right.
And I have not been sued by Mark Corral. One of the only people in this room. Okay. So anyways, I love our mayor. I mean, he's so intelligent and compassionate, a courageous guy. He's right on. Everything he said is right on. I'm impressed that he knows what's going on in the city. He knows what's happened in the past. He's done his homework, let's put it that way. Plus, he has a full schedule already. And this is an impressive person. I just want to let you know that despite all the media negativity about this city, this is actually a beautiful town. It's the most walkable city in Michigan. It's probably the least corrupt city in Michigan. Council meetings are handled better than they've ever been held for a long time, until recently. It's the world in 2 square miles. It gives everybody an opportunity to see people from around the world, to learn about each other, try to bring people together. This is a great opportunity to live in this town. I know it, and that's why I've been here for 25 years. Most of us get along in this city, and we're learning from each other. I'm sorry for those people who have gotten a negative image of Hamtramck from the news, because they're getting the wrong story. You're missing out on a vibrant, exciting and dynamic city. And we got a great future ahead of us. I'm sorry if our Gallup has to leave. Hopefully he won't get formalized. Maybe no, I'm not. No, go ahead and do it. Have fun. Hopefully we get someone to replace you that's as good as you. Because and all the council members, thank you for working together and enduring this terrible charade that's going on right now. We'll get through it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Imamara?
Hello again. Mayor and council members, thank you for your leadership. I know the situation is now going to, God willing, uncover properly and finish among you all with the Max and Chief and everything else. But I like to thank our police department for doing a great job, keeping us safe. Thank you, Chief, and your team. Thank you also our clerk for doing a great job. Brothers and sisters, I'd like to make an announcement that Commonwealth Alliance, a clergy interpretation, ministry spiritualities, and for humility organizing interfaith picnic on a vacant lot on Herald and Alpina corner. So we would like to invite you in attendance on Saturday, June 14 at 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. 11:30 we'll start actual program in coverage with TV channel 19 Greg Kirshen from the Training Park Library and Detroit Free Press. We'll finish media coverage in 1 hour. Then later on you can mingle and have a food, entertainment, and so on. Many elected officials already have confirmed. Many interfaith religious leaders have confirmed, and community leaders and activists. We appreciate you all for coming, and I hope to see you all, manager and attorney. This is not involved in politics. We are religious leaders. We constantly praying to God for everything solved properly here in this beautiful city. A lot of people in the world knows about Hamtramck, more than even about any other cities. Great food, great entertainments in Hamtramck, so good luck with all you do. Attorney Mark, thank you very much for speaking for Srebrenica issues and genocide in Gaza as well. I appreciate you all. Thank you for generating this resolution, this proclamation recognizing genocide in Srebrenica 30 years ago. I'm one of the war survivors, and may God bless entire humanity with peace and unity. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. Qazi Ahmad?
Good evening, Mayor, the council and city officials and the residents. I just want to comment with everything. Last few times I came here, and I just want to express what I experienced. It's easy to criticize, right? It's easy when somebody isn't doing anything. You cannot find anything they're doing wrong. When somebody is doing something, then you can say, okay, you got 80% right, 20% wrong. So what I saw today is character. I saw character in the council. I saw character in you. It's admirable, right? Without character, nothing really matters, right? Nothing exists, right? If you don't stand for anything, your job is to represent the people. And I have seen from this side, again and again, you and the council always asked when there was a proposal, when there was somebody came with an issue, something they want to do something with the police department or the court enforcement, you always asked, how is this going to impact my residents? Their financial well-being, their privacy, their comfort. When there was planning about the city, the street closure, you always bring up, you come up with ideas. It takes character, it takes passion, it takes dedication. So, for people to judge Hamtramck, it's easy to do that. But they should come here and walk the streets and see what's happening. Nowhere in Michigan this is happening. This probably happened in other places in Michigan maybe 200 years ago, 150 years ago. But those cities are, not vibrant anymore. Hamtramck is a place where it's peaceful, you can be yourself without anybody judging, and I feel safe, So, congratulations for you guys to do your, work, and the way the, council, argues and gets together. So this is admirable, and I wish you best of luck, and best of luck to the city of Hamtramck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, that's all for public comment.
All right, thank you so much, guys. And we have a closed session now.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to suspend the law to go closed session.
Second.
All right, all in favor of that?
We're not suspending the law to go into closed session.
It's just
It's already
closing the
on
session.
agenda.
It's on the agenda.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We added it, yeah, thank you.
Good, good.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, who seconded?
I did.
And it's 8:37.
Can I,
We're not coming back on a vote, we're not
Well,
voting on anything, right?
That is the thing. Okay, we're not coming back.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
Can
Okay.
we just take a couple of minutes?
Alright.
Miss Clerk, I need a water.
Okay.
I know, I'm going down.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
going
I
down.
think, I think they are only on the main floor. Councilman, I'll go, you want me to go grab you one?
No, no, we are going. Upstairs, we might have.
You might have.
Yeah. I'll call back.
Thank you. Rana, R-A-N-A. On the city clerk, yeah. No problem. Who are you?
Rana, are we?
Okay.
Rana,
Yes.
what are we doing here, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're staying here. I'll give you my email address. Oh, I guess I can do that. I'm not gonna choose. That's Hamtramck, it's a little school.
He's showing himself muscle.
Yeah. Lebanon.
Not going.
Yeah, 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 Lebanese. No problem, nice to meet you.
Because we tell him.
Karen, right? Karen Smith.
He was here.
Yeah.
Then I text him back. I text him and I said, no, it is there. And I text him.
Alright, I'm looking for it.
He is turning like that here. And he talking to the city employee. That's the violation.